इस स्ट्रेटजी का एक्यूरेसी अप्रॉक्स 80% है, लेकिन आप अगर इसको अच्छे से यूज़ करते हो तो इसको 90% एक्यूरेसी तक लेके जा सकते
He said if I can use the strategy in the right way, it's 90%, but what does the right way even mean?
हो। मैं इस स्ट्रेटजी को तो 3-4 साल से यूज़ कर रहा हूँ और काफ़ी मज़ा आता है।
Really, nigga?
और टारगेट आप 1:2, 1:3 भी ले सकते हो।
And just to let you guys know that he's a scalper, so that means say he takes 5 trades per day.
इंट्राडे उन लोगों के लिए जिसके पास ज़्यादा कैपिटल है, जो लोग ऑप्शन सेलिंग करते हैं, उनको अच्छा पैसा मिलता है। और स्कैल्पिंग में क्या होता है कि जितने भी रिटेलर्स होते हैं, उनके पास कम पैसा होता है, तो वो स्कैल्पिंग करके रेगुलर बेसिस पे डेली पैसा कमा सकते हैं।
We are not even going to consider the markets and options and futures and equity. That's not what we are talking about. But if you say that you are only scalping because you have less capital, that makes no sense. It requires higher accuracy. It requires you to think like extremely smartly. You cannot be just any random trader and think that scalping is my full-time thing. That is the first red flag that I'll point out here, because your capital size should never decide your trading style.
क्योंकि मेरा मानना है कि आपका बिल्कुल करियर चेंज हो सकता है अगर आप इसको अच्छे से यूज़ करने के लिए
Okay, so this is apparently a career changing strategy.
सर्च करना है ईएमए। इस तरह से सर्च होके आएगा, जो फर्स्ट ऑप्शन आएगा मूविंग एवरेज एक्सपोनेंशियल, इस पे आपको 2 बार क्लिक करना आ जाएगा। इसका बाय डिफॉल्ट आपको लेंथ दिख रहा होगा 9, लेकिन एक का लेंथ आपको कर देना है 15। ठीक है, मैं बताऊंगा क्यों इस तरह से क्यों ज्यादा यूजफुल होता है।
As a beginner trader, everyone who starts trading, this is the first thing that we literally come across, right? But does it work in the real market? I mean, that's the real question, because you're not going to be trading in the hindsight, right? I mean, you won't go in the past and trade, right? So you need a strategy that works today, and this is something which we'll learn in this video.
जो पास पास चल रहा है प्राइस के, वो है 9 ईएमए, और थोड़ा जो दूर है वो है 15 ईएमए। तो 9 ईएमए का मतलब हुआ कि 9 कैंडल का एक्सपोनेंशियल मूविंग एवरेज लाइन है ये। ठीक है, और 15 ईएमए है 15 कैंडल का मूविंग एवरेज लाइन है ये। तो जब आप इसको ऐड कर लोगे तो उसके बाद आपको किस तरह से यूज करना है ये मैं आपको
Okay, so that was the explanation of moving averages. 9 moving average means 9 candle, and 15 moving average means 15 candle. But what is that 9 candle? What is that 15 candle? I mean, I'll just use a random number and say that's 46 moving average, but would you care to explain what it actually is? Because this is literally half knowledge.
जब भी ईएमए इस तरह से साइडवेज रहेगा, ठीक है, जब भी ईएमए फ्लैट रहेगा, आपको ट्रेड नहीं करना है, वहां पे आप स्कैल्पिंग करोगे तो बार बार आपका ऐसा लीड होगा।
Okay, this was the first logical thing that he said, that if moving averages are in sideways, you do not trade. But that is literally what you do in any kind of market using any kind of indicators, alright?
का डायरेक्शन ऐसा होगा, ये 15 ईएमए रहेगा नीचे और 9 ईएमए रहेगा ऊपर। तो जब भी ऐसा रहेगा तो आप देखना एटलीस्ट इसका जो स्लोप होगा, जो ग्राउंड से ये जो डिग्री होता है ना, वो 30 डिग्री से एबव होना चाहिए।
He said 30 degree. Here I think we have a clear 30 degree. Let's assume this is a 30 degree angle. It's no more 30 degree. So how are you going to judge that? How are you going to figure out that is this a valid 30 degree or not? Because even if you refresh your charts, all right, let's do that. This is not the same chart that you'll be looking throughout, right? I mean, you'll make changes, you'll add your indicators, you'll add your levels, and you'll be changing a lot of things. So that 30 degree, that's another red flag.
स्ट्रेटजी का सबसे खास पॉइंट जो होता है ना, कि इसमें हमारा स्टॉप लॉस बहुत ही छोटा होता है। जैसे सपोज हमने बाय पे एंटर किया, ठीक है, अगर इस कैंडल पे बाय पे एंटर किया तो हमारा जो स्टॉप लॉस रहेगा वो जस्ट इस कैंडल के लो का रहता है। तो इसमें हमारा स्टॉप लॉस बहुत ही छोटा होता है, अपन ज्यादा देर इस ट्रेड में रहते नहीं।
Where is the logic? So let's say I have a very important resistance level right at this top. Again, this is just an example. So what he said was, you need to place your SL just above the candle. And he gave you no reason why are you supposed to do that. But let me give you an example of one of my setups, alright? So what I usually do is, every time when the price hits my important support or resistance level, I just switch to volume footprints. And I'll zoom in so that you guys can see exactly what these numbers are. And if you're confused what these numbers are, what are you looking at, I've created dedicated videos about volume footprints, how to use them, and also how to not use them. You can check them out on this channel itself. Alright, so I was talking about this setup, right? So we are at the resistance level, and right at the top, what do I see? The numbers that you see on the right hand side on the green boxes are the buyers, and on the left hand side what you are exactly seeing right now are the sellers. So I could easily spot that there were a lot of buyers at a resistance level. I'm sure you guys have heard about this term, the traders got trapped, but I don't assume that. I look at the data for any kind of trap traders, any kind of liquidations. So here what I was looking at is price hitting my resistance level. There's clearly a lot of buyers trapped at the top. Now I'll just switch back to my normal candle chart, and the price started to go lower. This was clearly an indication traders trapped at the top, aggressive sellers have started to enter, and this is where I can get into the trade. And this is where I literally got into the trade as well. I talked about this in our Telegram community. This was openly given. Now, coming to the SL part, where would I have placed my SL? Exactly where he said, and that was above the candle. But here there is a logic, not just assumption. Most of the traders, they think that stop loss is supposed to be at a position where you are only losing an X amount of money that you want to lose. But that's not the point of SL. SL is supposed to be placed at a point where the logic of your trades get invalidated. Since my logic was traders getting trapped at the top right here, if the price moves above that level, my logic gets invalidated, and that's the reason why I get a smaller SL. But even with the smaller SL, I have a logic. That's the important part.
ये छोटा सा एसएल ले लेते हैं या फिर हम दुगना प्रॉफिट इसमें ले लेते हैं, ऐसा होता है। इस तरह से ये स्कैल्पिंग स्ट्रेटजी काम करता है। तो इस वजह से ये हमारे हेल्थ के लिए भी बहुत अच्छा है। अगर आप ट्रेडर हो तो आपको पता होगा कि
Okay, so there's something about health as well.
ट्रेडर कितना ज्यादा हेल्थ इश्यूज फेस करता है, हमेशा माइंड साइकोलॉजी डिस्टर्ब रहता है, हार्ट का प्रॉब्लम होता है। इस वजह से ये स्कैल्पिंग में ना ज्यादा देर अगर आप ट्रेड में नहीं रहते हो तो ये दोनों समस्या से आप बच जाओगे।
So scalping is for you because you are in a trade literally for 5 minutes. Throughout that 5 minutes, you are literally looking at your screen. Even if you are gambling, even if you're not looking at the data and looking for confirmation, still you're stuck to your mobile screen or your laptop or whatever device you are trading on. If you monitor your heartbeat, it's literally at the max. So saying that scalping will help you not have such kind of diseases and makes you healthy is literally the biggest dog shit that I've ever heard.
आपको मैं 3 कैंडल बताता हूँ जब भी बाइंग के लिए होगा, तो किस तरह का कैंडल पे आपको एंटर करना है। जब भी आपका इस तरह का कैंडल आपको दिखे, ठीक है, इस तरह का कैंडल दिखे, बिल्कुल पिन बार कैंडल या फिर फुल बॉडी कैंडल, नीचे से हल्का वीक होना चाहिए या फिर बिग बार कैंडल, ठीक है। ये 3 कैंडल जब भी आपको दिखे ईएमए पे या फिर ईएमए को नीचे से क्रॉस करता हुआ और ईएमए का डायरेक्शन इस तरह से ऊपर की तरफ रहेगा, तो आपको इस कैंडल
All three of this candle, they definitely show strength. All right, so a pin bar, according to me, if you are a price action based trader, pin bar is literally the best kind of confirmation that you can see. If they are in an uptrend, they show strength. If it's happening on a downtrend, it does show a continuation towards the downside as well, or whatever your level is, if it's happening on a support or resistance.
पे हाई पे एंटर करना है, यहाँ पे एंटर करना है, यहाँ पे एंटर करना है। जब भी इस कैंडल के हाई पे बाय करोगे तो उस कैंडल के लो का एसएल रख के आपको ट्रेड करना है। आप देखोगे कि जैसे ही आप एंटर करोगे मोमेंटम में आपको अच्छा टारगेट देगा या फिर आपका एसएल हिट कर देगा।
The confirmation part that he's talking about does make sense, but confirmation is not the only thing that will get you into a great trade. You need to have the best kind of support and resistance level as well, right? So even if you're someone who marks supply and demand, or if you mark data back level like I do, and on those right level, you need to see the right kind of confirmation. So even if you get to see a confirmation which is talking about, but your level does not make sense, you're still going to lose.
है। और उसके बाद जैसे ही चार्ट आगे बढ़ेगा मैं आपको बताऊंगा, देखोगे धीरे धीरे ये कैंडल, ये चार्ट का डायरेक्शन पूरा मुड़ चुका है और ये ट्रेंडिंग होता हुआ।
If this is his explanation of getting into a trade, he is literally breaking his own rules here. Remember in the start of the video, he said that if the moving averages are in a sideways direction, you do not trade. At that big green candle, moving averages were literally sideways. After that, yeah, they did move towards the upside. But if you notice, that happened on the next candle. And if you would have waited for that, the logic was not available. So you could have not entered into that trade.
आप इस कैंडल के क्लोजिंग पे ही एंटर कर जाना, इस तरह से लॉन्ग पोजीशन यहाँ पे बना लेना और कैंडल लो का एसएल रहेगा आपका और 1:2 का आपका टारगेट होगा। तो 1:2 का टारगेट इस तरह से आप बनाना।
And stop with this random thing of 1:2 risk to reward. So your reward is literally the double of your risk. That's not what 1:2 risk to reward means. Your resistance level is supposed to be your TP here. What if this trade had a potential of being literally the bottom of the market, and you could have entered into this trade and you could have held this trade for 10, 15, 20 days and just the kind of profit you would have made on this trade? So it's very important for you to understand the context of the trade that you are entering into. That's the first thing. Second, stop randomly placing your target, because here what I see is his target is at 18,209. But what if there is a very, very strong resistance exactly at 18,200 and the market is going to reverse from there? So if you play strategically and not just on the basis of assumption, you would have still made profit in this trade because you were aware that there is a very important resistance level there, and that is exactly where you are going to be looking to book some quantity, if not completely, or look out for some kind of reversal. And if you guys want to learn exactly how to do that, you can definitely check out the live stream that I do, and there are a lot of videos that I posted as well.
ये आपको काफी तेजी से मोमेंटम में आपको टारगेट देगा, ठीक है।
So I remember him saying that it literally takes 1 or 2 candle for him to get his target hit. But currently we are on a 5-minute time frame, and I don't think so this is just 1 or 2 candles. He said being in a trade for more than 15 minutes makes it an intraday and not a scalp trade. So again, he is just saying random things and trying to prove it in the most random ways.
हमारा ईएमए अप ट्रेंड में है और उसके बाद ये नीचे क्रॉस कर रहा है कैंडल, ठीक है। अगर यहाँ से रिजेक्शन लेगा तो और बुलिश कैंडल बनाएगा, तीसरा जो कैंडल है हमारा एंट्री कैंडल, अगर वो यहाँ पे बनता दिखेगा तो अपन उस पर एंटर कर जाएंगे। आप देखोगे ये नीचे क्रॉस किया, लेकिन ये कैंडल देखो नीचे से ईएमए को क्रॉस करके, दोनों ईएमए को क्रॉस करके एक अच्छा सा बुलिश कैंडल यहाँ पे क्लोज हुआ है। तो ये हमारा तीसरा एंट्री क्राइटेरिया होता है, क्योंकि हमेशा ऐसा नहीं होगा कि ईएमए को टच करके ही ऐसा कैंडल बनाएगा। अगर ईएमए को नीचे से क्रॉस करके भी इस तरह का कैंडल बनता है, आपको यहाँ पे ऐसे सिचुएशन में एंटर करना है।
So here what you guys see is a moving average as well, right? But that's not moving average, but that's VWAP. I've created a dedicated video about VWAP. You guys can check that out as well. It's very, very important for all the traders is what I feel. So he said having a candle below your moving average, in my case it's VWAP, is good. But on moving average, it won't make any sense. Why? Because that's literally the average of your past 9 candles. That's all what it does. But here when you see a VWAP, it's basically volume, and it's not just for a fixed number of candles, but it is showing you the exact whole session's volume. So what happens here is when the candle closed below the regular average, that is when the market was showing you that a lot of traders are getting into a short direction trade. So something that you guys need to understand is if there are a lot of short sellers or if there are a lot of buyers, the market makers will definitely wreck them. Just turn on my volume footprint charts here, and if I get at the bottom, what you get to see here is the delta, which is extremely red. Now the logic is aligning as well. So before I turned on the volume footprint, we were just assuming that there might be a lot of sellers. Now I didn't have to pick a random candle, or I didn't have to go back in the history and show this to you. Just while I'm recording this, I turn on my volume footprint, I just look at this candle and it worked out. So for me to show you this kind of logic, I don't have to tell you that okay, I can do this or I can do that. I have my tools.
कि हम इंट्राडे में बहुत बड़े-बड़े लॉसेस ले लेते हैं, वो रिकवर नहीं हो पाता।
A trader that talks about recovery is not a trader. Do whatever you can, but don't get into this shit, because what he said now was if you lose a lot of money while trading intraday or swing or whatever, scalping is the way to make it all back. And let me tell you, no matter how great trader you are, no matter how great your strategy is, but if you enter in the market with a mindset that you are going to make back everything that you lost, you are going to lose even more. So a mindset of recovery is the worst kind of mindset.
इस स्ट्रेटजी में सबसे प्लस पॉइंट ये होता है कि हमारा जो स्टॉप लॉस होता है वो काफी छोटा होता है। वो अगर 2-3 बार हिट भी हो जाता है तो 1-2 ट्रेड में ही वो हमारा मैनेज हो जाता है। तो इस स्ट्रेटजी का सबसे अच्छा प्लस पॉइंट है। तो इस स्ट्रेटजी को आप बिल्कुल अच्छे से भरोसे के साथ यूज कर सकते हो।
He said बहुत ज़्यादा भरोसे के साथ यूज कर सकते हो. I'm looking at the guy and I don't think he himself trusts the strategy. Just look at this.
सेलिंग में आपको दिखेगा ईएमए नीचे की तरफ डायरेक्शन रहेगा और ये प्लेन से इसका 30 डिग्री रहेगा, तभी आप मानना कि ये सेलिंग ट्रेड में।
Again that 30-degree thing.
जैसे ही देखोगे यहाँ पे ये कैंडल ऊपर से क्रॉस किया, ऊपर हमारा ओवरऑल ट्रेंड डाउन ट्रेंड है और ये थोड़ा देर साइडवेज रह के ईएमए बुलिश कैंडल बनाया था, लेकिन ये पूरा रिजेक्शन लेके नीचे चलाया और हमारे ईएमए को डाउन मोमेंटम दे दिया। उसके बाद देखोगे ईएमए का डायरेक्शन यहाँ पे चेंज हो चुका और यहाँ पे ईएमए का जो स्लोप है वो 30 डिग्री से ज्यादा हो गया। जैसे ये कैंडल बना था, ये काफी अच्छा बेरिश कैंडल होता है, आपको इस कैंडल पे एंट्री करना था शॉर्ट सेल, और इसके ऊपर का आपका एसएल होगा इस कैंडल का, और इसमें 1:2 का आपको टारगेट बनेगा।
So let's just assume everything that he said made sense. The whole EMA thing, the confirmation and the candle and everything. But if you look at the candle on which you were supposed to enter into this trade, as soon as that candle opened, it literally pushed towards the downside. There was not even a second for you to enter into that trade, and usually traders miss that.
आप देख सकते हो, अगर आपने यहाँ पे एंटर किया था तो इस कैंडल में जब आपको यहाँ पे मिल रहा था तो आप यहाँ पे भी एग्जिट कर सकते थे, डोंट वरी। आपको बस एक भी रिवर्सल कैंडल का वेट नहीं करना है, क्योंकि आप स्कैल्पिंग कर रहे हो।
Okay, so yeah, we could have exited there, but why and how? The reason why I would have expected that candle to be a reversal candle is because it looked green, it had a bigger wick. That only happened after that candle closed. So why would have I entered at this bottom which he is just talking about? What's the logic? I'm sure he's going to talk about logic somewhere at least, because until now it's not here.
अगर इतना बड़ा रेड कैंडल अगर ग्रीन में कन्वर्ट होता हुआ दिखे तो आपको वहां से निकलना चाहिए, फिर आपको दोबारा एंट्री कर लेना चाहिए था। जैसे आप इसमें एग्जिट करते और आपका जो दूसरा एंट्री होता ये रिटेस्ट किया और फिर से ईएमए को टच करके ये बेरिश कैंडल बना था, आपका फिर से यहाँ पे एंट्री बन जाता सेलिंग ट्रेड का, यहाँ पे आप शॉर्ट करते, कैंडल हाई का एसएल रहता आपका और 1:2।
Again, bro is just living in his fantasy world where he just has to come in front of the camera and speak whatever shit he wants to speak. Because again, we are here trying to understand a strategy, and for a strategy, it does need to have a logic as well, right? And again, where is it?
टू का आपका टारगेट बन जाता, आप इसमें ट्रेड में एंटर कर सकते थे, तो इस तरह से आपको मोमेंटम में काफी अच्छा ट्रेड मिल जाता।
Now I saw a green candle at the bottom. Was I not supposed to exit there or on the next green candle? Because he himself said, right, like on the sign of reversal, I need to get out. So if a big red candle is a sign of a continuation towards the downside, a big green candle should be a sign of reversal as well, right? So even the earlier trade that he was talking about here was absolutely invalid. The current trade is definitely invalid.
इस जगह पे ऐसे जगह पे यूज नहीं करते, हम हमेशा ऐसे जगह पे यूज करते हैं, ऐसे जगह पे यूज करते हैं ताकि हमारा जो विनिंग प्रोबेबिलिटी हो वो काफी ज्यादा हाई हो। ऐसे जगह पे यूज करते हैं, देखोगे यहाँ पे भी बना, सेलिंग आया, कितना मोमेंटम कैंडल यहाँ पे बनता हुआ दिखाता। तो आप जाके बैक टेस्ट करना इस स्ट्रेटजी को, मैं तो काफी टाइम से कर रहा हूँ, आपको 10 में से मिनिमम 8 बार 7 बार इसमें बहुत अच्छा टारगेट देगा, बड़ा बड़ा।
He showed me about 5-6 trades and none of them were valid. So if that's the kind of trading that he is doing,
टारगेट देगा, एक एक कैंडल में आपको अच्छा टारगेट देके चला जाएगा। तो अब जो सबसे ज्यादा मेन इंपॉर्टेंट बात है इस स्ट्रेटजी में, क्योंकि आपको
talking about logic and it's still not there. So I'm not even sure why is he talking about logic. But yeah, I'll tell you guys something. This video is not made with the purpose to show that yeah, he's not the right kind of trader or there's something wrong with him. Definitely there's something wrong with him. But yeah, the point is how you're not supposed to trade.
ये हमारा बेसिक कुछ क्राइटेरिया था जिसको आप अच्छे से फॉलो कर सकते हो। तो आप अच्छे से जाओ, बैक टेस्ट करो इस स्ट्रेटजी का, आप बहुत अच्छे से इसको इम्प्लीमेंट करना अपने लाइफ में। अगर कुछ भी डाउट है इस स्ट्रेटजी से रिलेटेड तो आप कमेंट करके पूछो, मैं आपको अच्छे से जवाब दूंगा।
Yeah, I know what I want to comment on his video, but probably he won't have enough time since some of the biggest hedge funds and the fund managers might be looking for him because the accuracy that he has is like 90%. So you need to understand that data is very important in trading. You cannot just randomly look at a chart and just because you saw a pin bar, you are going to buy. No, you don't do that. All right. You need to have a reason because as I said, opportunities are endless in this market, but your fund is not. So it's very important that you understand that only the best quality of trades are supposed to be taken and rest can be left because yeah, I'll take another trade maybe 2 days later, but if I blow my account today, I'm just done. I won't be able to take any trades, right? So it's very important that you understand that fact and take your trading seriously because again, it does have a lot of potential, but if you do it in the right way. All right guys, so thank you so much for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.